How's it going, everyone? Back with another stream today. We're going to be testing a new card here. We're trying a one of March of Otherworldly Light. This is a card that I mentioned when we were, going over the Kamigawa spoilers. That this card shouldn't replace Prismatic Ending. It should supplement Prismatic Ending. And as you can see, I mean, we essentially have four prismatic endings. We just have the fourth prismatic ending just being a one of partible, just to have synergy with the construct tokens, just to make it bigger. But like I mentioned, like this card should be kind of like an abrupt decay slot, and this card seems like the type of card where it's going to be really good in the meta where there's a lot of Urza Saga, because that's where this card has the highest ceiling. It's just a 1 mana Stone Rain. You can Stone Ray them before they even get the ability to make mana off Urza Saga. So this effect is really, really powerful. And it starts into getting the territory of, I mentioned that this should take their Abrupt Decay slot. Not that we have an Abrupt Decay in the deck, but like it should. You have to visualize this card as a 2 mana removal spell, and now, in the landscape that Modern is right now, because everything costs 1 mana, right? So it's more often this card is going to cost 2 to kill a monkey, to kill a Darcy, to kill a shadow, to kill an amulet. It's going to cost 2 mana. The problem is 2 mana is a lot when you're on the draw and your opponent goes turn 1 monkey, which is exactly why you still need the 3 prismatic innings or 4 prismatic innings. I have 3, 1 split portable, like 4 of these effects on top of 3 push. I have 70 of these effects just because I don't want to just lose to a monkey. So we're going to try this card out and see, if you have to spend 3 mana to answer a Tarmogoyf, is it worth it? It's still 2 mana to, answer a Sigarda's Aid or a Colossus Hammer. But that being said, like the list overall kind of lacks instant speed answers. We have 3 prismatic innings and 1 portable hole and a bunch of discard spells. So the only instant speed interaction that we really have is just Fatal Push. We do have the 1 Kaya's Guile, and before Kamigawa I had 2 Kaya's Guile. So this March essentially took the Kaya's Guile slot, and that's what we're testing here. I think Kaya's Guile is really, really, really good, so I still want 1 copy, but I think 1 March is where we're going to start testing here. Where we left off, I had 2 Lion Sashes, just to see if I can just draw more and just, get more data on the card, but in reality, I do think Lion Sash is a one of. If you notice, like, other lists, like, before Modern Horizons 2, I feel like Scavenging It was like a solid one of in these lists. And I think 1 copy of Lion Sash is appropriate. Another change that's notable that I want to mention is we have Urborg as the mono black source here. I had Takenuma, the black channel land from Kamigawa, in this slot previously, and it just never came up. And I think right now, I'm just valuing consistency of our mana base. We have Turak still in the sideboard, and it's very, very good. We have, a bunch of double block spells with Dam and Voidwalker. We still have discard spells post push, and, if we want to double spell, black mana is kind of a premium. Making Urza Saga be able to tap for black, becomes very relevant with Prismatic Ending. So I've actually missed Urborg in this deck, and the Takenuma channel ability never, ever came up. I think that out of all the channel lands we have access to, Boseiju just isn't an option just because the mono green source, having a basic forest and a Boseiju is just so awful that it just destroys our mana base or consistency. Unless you want to make it a 25th land, I can see Boseiju being the 25th land. Other than that, I don't think it's worth it. But I think that if you want to like cut the Voidwalkers, and make this an Aiganjo, I can buy that. I think Aiganjo is really, really, really good. It's just a removal spell, which it answers Fury, answers Solitude, Omnath, all the 1 mana creatures, obviously. But like, this is where I think Aiganjo is really, really good. I think it's a card that people aren't talking about enough because people are kind of getting blown up blown over by Boseiju, as they should be, because Boseiju is really, really good. But in the context of this deck specifically, where green is just a splash color, it's tough to fit Boseiju in the 24 land list, which is why I think that if you really do want to add the Boseiju, it has to be the 25th land. Which I can buy as well. Like, I can easily see this March just either being a Neiganjo or a Boseiju too, right? I can see that. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty minor changes. But I think the main card that we want to try out is the March. Sorry, there's a bunch of chats here. Ren is boring. Ren is very good. Especially when you want to cycle your cast your Boseijus. I think if you're gonna go into red, you might as well just add Ren in 6, right? The art is sweet. It is. The art is very, very good. Probably one of the best arts from the set. I've been thinking of going back to trying Abzan or Rock Shadow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a biased opinion, but I've been really enjoying this shell of Urza Saga ever since Modern Horizons. I think if you do either or Abzan or Rock Statistic Stage, you need Urza Saga to keep up in power level. Can you hit Hammer with March? Yes, you can. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. You just need to have 2 mana or a card to pitch to it. I tried Otherworldly and Pioneer last night. Holy cow, did I wish it was prismatic. The extra mana is huge. It is, which is why I mentioned at the beginning that you need to supplement prismatic ending and portable hole. You can't replace it. Shit happens. Hey, Cow Dash to catch you live. How's it going, dudes on Twitch? Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the people tuning in. All y'all hanging out right when the stream starts. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. I don't appreciate our opponent bailing on us here. They're scared of getting paired against as a mid-range. Rock Shadow? That's an interesting call. I wonder if you need to run Street Wraith. I mean, you need Lurrus though, right? I mean, I've seen like people try to play Abzan Shadow and just not having Temur Battle Rage or like Dress Down kind of sucks. Or Bolts. Currently building my list on paper. Nice. If you end up playing it, please keep me updated on how you do and what your thoughts are on it. And of course, we're going to have to make some changes after Kamigawa, which honestly, I was talking to Roundsley. I don't know if Roundsley's in the chat. He's not, but we're debating because he's playing in like a trios tournament and he hasn't had much chance to test Kamigawa cards, and he's like, I might just go the Kamigawa build. And honestly, like that's kind of where I'm at too. Like I don't think Lion Sash and March and this channel ends are that impactful that you need them. Like the list that I have in the primer, I think is also just solid. I don't think it's bad. Basic Island Pass. Oh, Johnson. So is this like Rhinos? This is Rhino. Ooh, Inquisition. I could Inquisition Sentinel or I could Voidwalker. I kind of want to Voidwalker here. Just so if they cast the Rhinos, we're going to also just cast Rhinos. Yeah. Kamigawa is a miss. I don't know. I think Kamigawa has a lot of cool cards. They might be a miss in general, I guess, if you really want to call it a miss for the Abzan archetype. But I think it's close. Like, I think Lion Sash is still worth trying out, right? We have a debate here. We could Inquisition and then play Tarmogoyf, but Tarmogoyf is going to be kind of small. We could also just jam a second Esper Sentinel. I don't hate jamming in a second Esper Sentinel. Use main rip in your Snow Force deck. That makes sense in a meta call, right? I don't hate that. So this Void Walker kind of nombos with our Tarmogoyf. I wonder if they're going to Violent Outburst here. We get to draw a card. And then we get to cast the Rhinos off the Void Walker, which is good. Oh. Okay. So if they're going to Violent Outburst, they're going to let me draw 2 cards. So we'll Inquisition first. See if they Violent Outburst here. I guess they can't Violent Outburst, huh? Because this is blue. So they can't even Outburst. And then we'll... There's a debate if I should have played the land first, but I kind of want to... Oh, that's pretty brutal. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, we get to draw a card. I mean, that's an argument to Inquisition first, I guess. I guess I wasn't playing on fire here. Yes, this island does look like a forest for sure. Ton of graveyard hate, yeah. Good thing about it is this grows our Tarmogoyf a ton when we get to that point of the game. I'm surprised they didn't kill the Void Walker, but a force. Huh. Now we can just hold up force and negation too. I kind of like just leaving this Void Walker in play, not attack with it. Worst case scenario, if they try to kill the Void Walker, we can fire or ice, or we could force. So, okay. That's pretty brutal. They pitched Dead Gone. So we could either cast, like, get the force, or we could just ice and draw a card. I don't think I hate icing and just drawing a card here. Instead of just casting the force and they just don't do anything. I think I like just having ice up. Oh, that's true. I could have let them put the trigger first, but I mean, they're going to go 2-1. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't. Do you think Abzan will ever go into Reclaimer? I tried it. It's just so mana intensive, unfortunately. Interesting. So we'll ice. Go to blue source. Okay. Just always want to draw all the sentinels, you know? That's what we want to do here. Nice. So we'll get a swamp. We'll play the 4th sentinel that we've drawn this game. Play Tarmogoyf. And pass. I'm just thinking why you want one Lion Sash when you have main deck Void Walkers. Because suiting up a Lion Sash onto a Void Walker or a Sentinel seems pretty good. So we'll just put Purse in hand. And just like I've had games where like suiting up a Lion Sash onto a Lurus and then attacking to get a bunch of life has definitely swung some games. So I don't think Lion Sash is like a slam dunk. I do see arguments for it though. Damn comes in. I can see an argument for Liberator just because we kind of need answers to Blood Moon, but we do have the March already. But like this thing attacks, which is kind of cool. We don't get the Yard Hate. I actually don't like Sentinels in this matchup, even though we drew 4 of them and like it actually did some stuff. But like getting blown up by Fury and Fire feels awkward. And like they can just ignore the card draw, I feel like, more often than not. So I actually don't like Sentinels in this matchup. I don't mind like trimming a couple. Like I definitely don't think we want Lion Sash. This is definitely a matchup that's not for Lion Sash. I could see like Tarak coming in, but then like if we get Blood Moon, that's really awkward. Because then we can't cast the Tarak with kick the Tarak. I mean, but like I can still like boarding like the 2 Taraks and the Liberator over the Sentinels. Maybe on the draw we don't want the Taraks. Maybe we can trim like 2 Sentinels and then board in 1 Liberator just so we don't lose a Blood Moon or have outs to it. It's awkward because it's like, what do we fetch? Do we fetch a basic swamp or sorry, basic forest or a basic plains? And that's kind of the decisions we have to make like in the game, right? Not that we have like a Windswept Teeth, but just saying in general. It's like which mana source are we gonna prioritize? It's probably just like the plains, I think. I don't think we want the Taraks, probably. Yeah. I say Blood Moon because like I feel like that's how we easily lose this matchup. We can't play around Blood Moon in this hand, but we have discard into Tarmogoyf. It's hard to argue against this hand. If we draw a fetch land, that would be great, but we did not. So let's Inquisition. Huh. Okay, so the hand is ass. Got it. Got it. So they could ice our land, which I think is what their plan is. Fetch land would still be nice here because then we can Saga. I guess we'll shock this in an Inquisition. If they have a Blood Moon, we have to take it. Endurance. Okay. So next turn we can go Thoughtseize, Goyf, Saga. I guess the order would be Thoughtseize, Saga, Goyf. If they have Blood Moon, this would really suck. So now they're just holding up Endurance. They'll probably Endurance themselves. So Thoughtseize probably just take their Dead Gone. They'll probably Endurance in response to this Thoughtseize. Just fine. The cool thing about March, though, in this matchup is March would actually be a 1-mana exile target Rhino. So, like, we actually is a net positive in that sense. Probably target themselves. Take the dead gone. So the hand is officially really bad. Not that our hand is that much better, but... So, do we want to play around Violent Outbursts? That's a real question. That's pretty good. I think I'm better off putting Luris in hand. So I don't need to, like, cycle this. Land. And so we can't... If I play the Saga here, next turn we can make a construct. Untap, make a construct, it doesn't matter. We don't have enough mana to make 2 constructs. So we'll play the plains, attack, and put Luris in hand. Okay, that's a card that we did not know about. So their hand is Misty Rainforest Unknown. This Goist is about to be a 4 or 5, so now we can trade. Okay, so that's... We know their contents of their hand. We know they have a Misty. So we'll go like this. Probably just get a Shadow Spear at this point. And just recoup this life back. Get this Saga down. And we just try to race before this Footfalls comes off. Suspend. So just going to just gain a bunch of life back. I think at F6. So the read could be Violent Outburst. I don't think it hurts just to Inquisition here. Actually, it doesn't really matter if we Inquisition or not. If they have Violent Outburst, they're just going to cast it. We're not going to even attack with this construct anyway. So I think maybe we're just worth it just to attack with just the Tarmogoyf. And if they trade a Rhino with the Tarmogoyf, it's fine. Yep. So... Mongol Smash, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. How's it going, Steven? I think we're going to prioritize killing the Rhino. Yeah, I think I'm going to prioritize killing the Rhino. Because if we draw on Engineer Explosives, Yeah, I think this is better. It's just like way easier to block that guy. Back up to 19, which is a nice life total here. Turn this into a 4/4, so that this Rhino can't really attack. Or sorry, this Endurance can't attack. Like I said, our goal is to kill them before they get the footfalls off. We can just dodge a Fury here. We're actually in a decent spot. Pause is interesting. Liberator. Make a construct. So I think we get Bobble just because we can cycle the Bobble with Lurrus and such. I think here is worth Inquisitioning. Because if they have like a bounce, like a Brazen Bar or something, we can equip it. Okay. Is it worth attacking and trading a construct for an endurance token? I think so. I guess we'll trade with the Rhino unless they double block. Cabeza de Bolo TG. Sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Okay. Play the Liberator. Our goal of trying to race the footfalls is not working. Voidwalker. I guess I'll play this Voidwalker out first. And then we'll Lurrus, Bobble, bring back Bobble, so if they have a removal spell they don't have. I guess we should Bobble first. In case they have like a Borrower or something. Stomping Ground. That's the plan, IZY. That is the plan. I wonder if we attack with these constructs. I think we do. And we like double trade. Oh, they have a borrower? Oh, that'd be worst case scenario. They've been drawing pretty hot. I guess they don't have Stomping Ground on top of the deck anymore, huh? So this is a fine trade. So let's see what's on top of their deck. Misty, cool. Oh crap, I wanted to play the Triumph. March is a good draw. So now they have a bunch of Rhinos again. That's fine. I don't hate just like equipping Void Shadow Spear with a Void Walker too. And then attack. We'll bubble them and see what's on top of their deck. Because that'll determine what line we should really take. Oh, so that's GG. I mean, we can make Rhinos, but I can just kill them in 2 turns. I mean, that would be the sweeter line, but this line wins the game knowing that they have Island on top of the deck. Granted, they could have, they might shuffle it away. Doesn't look like they are, though. Doesn't look like they are. $16 power or 1 shadowy boy. The shadowy boy that can also make 8 power if you wanted to. Or a 3/4 and you know, put their stuff in their bottom of the library if you really wanted to. How's it going, Len Lassito? Hope you're doing well, buddy. The cool thing though is this March actually would have been nice to answer a Rhino too if need be. So in this match, like March is actually pretty decent as well, and just being able to just exile a Rhino token, right? That matchup's actually pretty tough too, believe it or not. It's just if they can just get like a bunch of Rhinos and play early, it's really tough unless we have engineered explosives. And they just have like Blood Moon, like they have multiple angles of attack that like it's really difficult for our deck to kind of overcome. So we definitely got a little lucky there for sure. So again, like we had the push already, so it didn't really matter. But like just having another, you know, 1 mana instant speed effect that can, you know, kill a 4/4, and like it could exile a Blood Moon if they slammed it. So like if they had a Blood Moon play, that would have been like a really good draw to have too. And we had basic Swamp in play, so we could have Prismatic getting into Blood Moon too. But just like just more, you know, answers to Blood Moon. That's, you know, not relying on having a second basic, and it just seems good. So just having access to this card is pretty cool, I think, so far. I have not Spike You. That's kind of the goal today, is to at least get one. Just get one Saga with a Chapter Trigger on the stack. I mean, that happened to me last league, last stream. Our blue-white control opponent, we were on the play, and we went Saga on turn 2, and we were going to slam a Tarmogoyf, but they marched the Saga, which is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. So we're against a Lura stack. We're gonna mulligan this because this hand is literally nothing. This hand literally does nothing. We're gonna keep this, and we're gonna buy on the Temur. We have okay, that was not the card I was expecting to play against. Blood Crypt. I am gonna play Sentinel. If it slows him down, we really need a land off the top so we can go Prismatic Ending plus Inquisition. So it could either be a black source or a white source, and we're okay. This Void Walker is also pretty good too. Hopefully this Sentinel does enough to slow them down, and we hit a land off the top. Okay. Land. Land. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we know they have Black Cat, they have 3 unknown. Dancy Booch, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. I think we'll Inquisition and then go from there. If we need a Prismatic Ending 11 first, or if we need to cast a second discard spell. I think we could just double discard spell, then leave him with just a squirrel. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna double discard spell them. Land off the top would be great. I don't know if they'll trade, knowing they have another backup squirrel. I think I'm okay with offering the trade here. So land off the top would be great again, because then we can go Void Walker plus Prismatic Ending. They're going to put Luris in hand, okay. Portable Hole. Play the Void Walker. It's unfortunate that all of our removal is exile effects, so when they cast this Luris, we can't cast the Luris off our Void Walker yet. Kind of awkward there. Lighting is really bad. Is that better? That's better. But that makes everything worse. That is not Luris. Okay. They sacked their Witch's Oven, which is kind of cool. I don't even know what we want. Discard spell, I think. We could just march this. It's the card that costs the most mana. Everything else costs 1, potentially. I think I'm gonna march this Ravenous Squirrel. Sacrifice another artifact or creature, yeah. They have a land, they can't even go Lurrus plus Synthesizer unless they want me to draw a card. Did I do that right? My first time casting this card. Okay. Okay. So the hand is Lurrus Unknown. I think I'm just gonna deal with their board, right? And then save the push for the Lurrus. I actually don't need to exile this either. Yeah, so we'll just portable hold the squirrel and keep the prismatic ending. Probably save a prismatic ending for like a witch's oven or something. Opponent's kind of stuck on lands too, which is kind of awkward. But like they also only have like 19 lands in their deck. Excuse me, presumably. So I'm trying to see the deck list. We shouldn't have used the March. We shouldn't have used the March. Hey Andrew, thanks for sub, buddy. 28 months. We had the potential to march, and we just threw it away. I forgot that this deck ran Saga. Now the Saga might just take over the game. Lost opportunity. Okay. Yeah, I forgot this deck ran Saga. That's unfortunate. Could have marched them. Would have been so good. I guess we'll just have to play a Lurrus now. Get our bauble back. So if they're gonna play the Lurrus, I think we have to wait on the bauble. I already have push already, right? So we can scry trick at the end of their turn. So sad. We could have hit the ceiling on this card, and I just spent it all away on just killing a stupid squirrel. Okay. This Urborg is kind of clutch, though, for sure. Get to draw a card. That's nice. Another prismatic ending is decent. Do I have to push this construct? We're gonna prismatic ending this for sure. Let's bubble ourselves. Bob. I don't think we need Bob. Actually, Bob was actually okay. Kind of need the cards. So we'll exile this. We'll push that. Because I think I value my life total here. Kaya's Guile. So I think I'll prismatic in the oven. Play the Bob. And then we'll probably have to take another hit from these guys, the Construct and the Cauldron Familiar, but then I think we can kind of stabilize here. It's an interesting game. Okay. I feel like we're gonna have to push this regardless, so we might as well just do it and not take any damage here. Sure. Ragavan. So they still have the Luris. Our Saga's a good draw. Our Saga was a very good draw. So we'll fetch, because we need a green mana here for Tarmogoyf. And we could hold up Kaya's Guile. I wonder if they'll still cast the Luris. So, response. We'll make them sack and exile our graveyard. And then next turn we can Prismatic in the Witch's Oven. Or I can Prismatic into the Lurus too, which I guess that's what we need to do. Two, three. So we can Prismatic Anglers and make a construct token. So we'll do that. I guess it's worth... I think it's worth waiting on attacking. We just need them to fade one draw, and then we can get a Shadow Spear equipped to Tarmogoyf, and then just really start getting in there. Make a 4/4. Love to see it. Love to see it. Get the Saga going. You're up in time to watch you? Nice. Welcome, Ferret. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sweet. What a game. We didn't get the stealing off March, but just drew all of our prismatic endings, portable holes, and fatal pushes. Luckily enough. So we'll bring in the explosives, the lantern, pithing needle, liberator seems good. Hushbringer. Oh my gosh, let me look up that list again. Is there any ET? I guess this stops Cauldron Familiar. Does it stop Disciple of the Vault? Does Hushbringer stop Disciple of the Vault? It's when an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield. So I don't think Hushbringer triggers. And then Ravenous Scrolls whenever you sacrifice an artifact. So I don't think Hushbringer only stops Cauldron Familiar. I don't know if it's worth it. Lion Sash seems good. All these seem good. All of these seem good. Maybe we just brought out the Thought Seizes. Maybe we just brought the Sentinels or trim them. How was March? I didn't realize that our opponent's deck played Saga, so I could have marched the Saga, and that would have been very, very good. And that game would have been a lot easier. And then the first match we played against Temur Rhinos, and we were already won the match, but like it would have been good in that match. We drew it like in a turn that we already had lethal, but like it would have been good if they had Blood Moon. It would have exiled Rhinos. Like it would have been very good in that matchup. Yeah, I think only one is fine just because it's so expensive. Like, it's, like, it's still 2 mana to, like, to kill a Ragavan, right? So it's still pretty expensive to cast, Yeah, Lion Sash over Scoots because this deck is black-white based. Maybe something like this is fine. Like, just 2 Sentinels. Seems okay. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. I think so too, Ferret. So then, like, if they were to sacrifice food tokens, like, Hushbringer always doesn't do anything, right? So, it's pretty good. Hand is pretty decent. And then we can Bauble trick ourselves. We don't have the Prismatic and the Squirrel. Agent Coil, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Dark Confidant. I don't think I mind a Dark Confidant. So let's play the card we don't have to shuffle. Galvanic Blast. I think I'll take the removal spell. Okay. The hand is Synthesizer, Stomping Unknown. So we could play Bob and try to just draw more removal. I don't hate that. I don't hate just playing the Bob here. Because if they just sacrifice this Synthesizer and then we attack for 2, sure. Oh, sure. They play the Saga. March. So we can proactively name Saga with Pithing Needle. Their hand is Synthesizer. I have never heard of that, Agent Coil. Never heard of that. Liberate Saga is a line. I kind of want to save the Liberator. I mean, they do get a card off this, but they also get a card off this. I'm trying to see, like, what's most mana efficient. And we could just go, like, Voidwalker plus Needle. We could go Prismatic Ending Squirrel. Because we are kind of a low life total. We could Pithing Needle the Saga, Prismatic Ending the Squirrel, and then they have nothing going for them. And then next turn we can go Voidwalker plus Liberator. I guess if we liberate their Saga, then they can't Synthesizer and sack it. So now that I think about it, I think it is correct to liberate their Saga. Sure. Yeah. Agent Coil, if you want to join the Discord, you can post it there. Okay, so they had just stomping ground unknown. I'll have to draw Fatal Push or something, just so we don't have to spend this Prismatic Ending on the squirrel, but... So we'll just play out all the things. So Prismatic Ending that. Spell Bomb this. And Voidwalker that. Appreciate it, Agent Coil. Take care. We do have to be a little bit more mindful in our time, though. Bobble. Red T-Rex, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. The day-night tracker is throwing me off. Why isn't I do it same. Whenever I watch other streams and I see it, I'm just like, what? Why is that there? They're gonna sack this then? Okay. So we know their last card is Stomping Ground. We kind of need to draw... Kind of need to draw a blocker. We're going to take 4 here. We just die to a Shrapnel Blast. Well, we're just going to attack. We're not going to block with it. We're not going to cast a Bobble or a Synthesizer, I think. Polaris in hand. Pass. I agree, Restman. I agree. I think I'm going to actually start using Engineering Relief now. Put it next to your land? Yeah, exactly. That's funny. So we go to 5. Need a little bit of help, for sure. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Maybe these Sentinels are better on the play. But I don't know what to cut. Maybe we just cut the Lantern. Have 3 Sentinel. How's it going, Grace? Oh, I could see Brutality coming in. I could see it coming in. We just have so much removal, and it's arguably the worst removal spell because it doesn't consistently kill the squirrel when we have like push, pending, etc. And you can see the argument is to have like the duress ability, but like to get exactly Shrapnel Blast. But I think it's... I feel like if we're going to do that, they're just going to cast a response, and then we don't really get much value out of it. What's my favorite deck? This. I always play Abzan colors in this format, so never would guess it though. Never would guess it. But I try to make this color combination in from like a mid-range perspective playable. Whether it's good or bad, it's always just been my goal. Just doing some deck organization for what I need to purchase. Nice. Are you gonna play Mill or Tron? That was Tron? No, don't even. I think it'll always be Abzan for sure, Rustman. So this EE is pretty good, I think. Pretty good in their mono 1-drop deck. So let's see what's on top of that with Bobble Trick. Urborg, I don't think I want, so I will get a Godless Shrine. I know we're not going to have any green mana, but I think it's fine. With the drum. Double Ragavan. I think we can fight through this Galvanic Blast. Double Ragavan is so brutal. I think we have to take the blast. The Trombled Hammer. Oh, wow, that's a lot. That's hard to, because like the paper meta is so hard to kind of figure out for sure, right? We need a instant speed removal spell. So we'll Bobble Trick them. The backup Ragavan really sucks. Because that means we can't like EE the board away. I agree. I agree, Bajan. I agree. Fucking A. Oh my god. We have our own saga. I think we need to put Luris in hand. We can put Luris in hand, or we can E for 1. If we E for 1, we kind of need to do it now so they don't get any value off of it. Yeah, I kind of like that. So now they have to pick between Dashing Ragavan or making a construct. And then we'll just put Luris in hand ourselves. You can also make a construct and just play Ragavan themselves, which is fine, but at least we're not getting a hit by monkey, right? So we can also just cast monkey too. I don't hate casting monkey just to be able to block it. It's just like, how many monkey hits can we take before it gets really bad? I definitely think we need to put Luris in hand. So we play Saga plus Drum. It's no different than just playing this Blooming Barsh out, and we know we're not going to cast it, right? So we can't lure, so we can't Luris plus EE. Oh, I guess we can. We can Luris plus EE on 0 and crack it. Yeah. I think we'll cast the monkey just to trade. They got Pithy Needle naming explosives. That's pretty bad for us. Oh, they got Spell Bomb, of course. These Voidwalkers not being able to block is really bad for us. Any cards in your color chart you've been happy to playtest or excited to try? So Lion Sash is okay. The Channelins are of course worth testing, and then now we're testing March of the Otherworldly Light. So those are cards that kind of stand out from Neo that I'm trying out. Okay. I wish we had March when they played the Saga. That would have been great. We're not drawing March as when we need it. I mean, I think it's okay just strictly because of the fact that we are strictly because of the fact that we are a 3-color deck, so it's a little bit harder to activate Lion Sash with a ton of mana, right? So we'll do this. Just gotta hope their hand is nothing, unfortunately. Might have to throw a Luris in front of a construct. Suppose you don't particularly have a lot of white mana abs, and it's definitely not enough, right? Wish we had some more action here, but that's all we got. On your white marches, yeah. Definitely prevalent in the metagame, right, Little Michael? Yeah, that's unfortunately the worst part of the delay. Okay. Gonna kill my Luris. The channel lands aren't necessarily free, unfortunately. The monocolored sources are really unfortunate. I don't think we can go to 6. Oh my god. Everything. So we can cast the Pirate Spellbomb. We can cast the Pirate Spellbomb and kill their squirrel. We could try to hit a... We could just try the synthesizer, too. I don't think I hate the synthesizer line. I think we have to do this. And try to hit like a rule spell. Not quite. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. We needed a lot of help from Bob here. Luris in hand, sure. Shadow Spear, huh? They don't know about the dam. I might have to just stay on the board if they get Luris on the battlefield. Which is fine. It could be anything. That was definitely what we needed. Okay. Oh my gosh. Do they have enough mana for that? They don't. Oh my god, they don't have enough mana for it. Oh, that's so huge. That's so huge. It's so huge. We do need help because they have a synthesizer in play. But, like, we do have a semblance of a plan. Just play another creature. Play a squirrel. Play a squirrel. I guess I only have 2 minutes left, so we have to play fast here. So, I mean, it just means that they don't have any lands in hand. Otherwise, they just slam the land, and then, like, shrapnel blast me, and then try to hope Bob kills me. So our hope is they just play, like, a squirrel, like I mentioned. Their hand could also just be, like, mono Ragamans, too. A good card off the top, honestly, would probably just be Tarmogoyf. Just big Tarmogoyf that can trample over. Yeah, this ended up being a big nail. Like, we were definitely... Oh, fuck. We were definitely behind, right? But now if they sack their construct and then Shrapnel Blast me, and then I just don't die, I can gain the 3 life back. I wonder if that's the line. Oh baby. Bob. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Now I don't have to damn the board. Now I don't have to damn the board, huh? If they have another Shrapnel Blast, that would suck, but make him have it. Maybe I should have equipped the Shadow Spear with the Sentinel. Oh, they have another Shrapnel Blast. Oh, okay, cool. Another experimental. Sure. Yeah, maybe I should have equipped the Shadow Spear over. Ooh. Now we can push whatever they block with the Samurai token. It's close. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna flip that. Alright. How did we win that game? Unbelievable. Oh my god. White Walker casting their own experimental synthesizer, hitting the prismatic ending their board, getting a 2-2. This 2-2, it just ends up winning the game for us. Lifelink Travel Vigilance. Insane. Oh my goodness. Oh, I gotta shake that off. What a man. I'm gonna refill my water cup. I will be right back. Just give me a couple minutes, please. Oh, buddy. That... I still can't believe we won that game. That was an insane game. Oh my gosh. That's one of those matches where, like, if you're playing this in paper, you, like, definitely want to take, like, a walk around the LGS. Void Walker saving the day, huh? Just because it can't block itself doesn't mean it can't get a monkey to block, right? Just because it can't block doesn't mean I can't cast experimental. Get a 2/2. And then I think that really showcased Springleaf Drum too. Like Springleaf Drum, like letting us activate the whatever it's called, experimental synthesizer. Yeah, that was pretty clutch too. Playing Boomer and John, thoughts on Turak side from Winnipeg? I really like Turak for that matchup, JS. I think Turak as a house in that matchup doesn't get solituded. It's a match where like it's difficult to fight the card advantage game, but like being able to like strip 2 cards, making them less likely to, you know, like they can't solitude it. So then like they're less likely, and then they obviously can't cast Fury in response. So like being able to hit a Fury or hit an Omnath, and then they can't Prismatic Ending or Solitude it. I really like it in that matchup. I think that matchup is exactly why I have Torax in the sideboard. Gigantha. So if we're against like the Mono White Stoneblade deck, I like this hand. If we're against Tron, I don't like this hand. I have a feeling we're against Tron. But like, what opener do we have that we can really win? I guess it could be like Torak with discard spells. Let's just keep it, and then like if we're against Tron, we'll just try to win post-board games. Like we're not likely to win that game anyway, so like, but this hand is actually pretty decent. It's like the Splendid buff, so we're right. So we just need to not draw any more lands, though. Of course we do. So not against Tron. It might be like Affinity. In which case, this Damn hopefully will. Hey. You don't get to play that card. You don't get to play this. Oh, it's this deck. So, like, it's 5-color Zoo. So we'll Damn here. And then next turn we can Thoughtseize plus Tarmogoyf. I mean, they could just 15 damage us, which sucks, but I think we have to be a little more mana. I got to have better use of our mana. Tribal Flames. So we're at 11. 3, 6, 10. Oh, geez. Are we dead? Three, 6, 10. So we have to play this Scholar Shrine tapped. We gotta hope to draw an Inquisition. Okay. Huh, interesting. This is a weird deck. You missed the domain deck. We can't exactly fetch here either, so we can't really push this. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of burn in hand. They have Bolt Charm. We essentially need to... Okay. Can't attack either, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Dawn is... Yeah, it seems like a great meta call for sure. So the hand is Bolt, Burrow's Charm. I think we might have to play this Luris out just so it gets eaten by a Bolt. I think we just have to literally just throw this out there just so we can eat a Bolt. I'm like valuing the life gain. 4, 7, 10, yeah. So they can charm plus bolt me. Okay. Are they gonna bolt my Luris? That's a real question. Bolt me, cool. So they're banking on top decking a burn spell. Oh my god, did they do it? Oh my god, I'd be so annoyed if they did. Oh my gosh. No way. We could attack for 3. We could we could have suited up Lion Sash and gained a lot more life actually and survived this. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Yeah. I think we'll run these. I think we want Spell Bomb. I don't think we'd want March. What does Draco exactly do again? It's like Scion of Draco, right? That's the card name. Yeah. It costs 2 less to cast each basic land type. It's just flying. Right? The anti-geo bot is reading it very weird. The reason I ask is I might board up the March. I might board out the Thoughtseizes too. The Liberator is like a clean answer to the March. Maybe we want that. They also have like Mantis Rider. Maybe we want Explosives instead. That's like a lot to deal with. Maybe we just go like this. Yeah. Jeez. I guess we have to keep this. I guess we'll go Godless Shrine, Saga Brutality. Sorry, Godless Shrine, Inquisition into Saga Brutality. That's what I meant to say. Trouble Flames, Mantis Rider. So we'll take the Rider. Oh, well, they have the Force? I guess that's good to know. Hopefully we draw a Dark Confidant or a Tarmogoyf. And then that way... Actually, Tarmogoyf would be the best. So we could Brutality take the Force and then get Saga. Oh, I have Electric Bob. It's just a little iffy because it's so mana intensive, you know? I think that's why I haven't really been much of a fan of it. It's just very, very mana intensive. I think I'm gonna Duress and take their Force actually. They drew another Mantis Rider. Okay, I think we have to take the Force because we need the land. They could, I guess, deal us 10. Oh, man. I guess we have to take the Tribal Flames. And if they want to Force and then they lose the Bloodbraid off, I guess that's a fine exchange. I think it's one of those things where, like, in Rock and Jund, everything costs 1 mana. So it's like, you can get away with it. But in Abzan, like, Prismatic Ending costs 2 sometimes. You have Tarmogoyf. I have Doth of Voidwalker and Dark Confidant. So it makes it a lot harder to get value out of it, right? God, I really hope they don't have the third land from Mantis Rider. I think I'm gonna have to conserve my life here and just get a Triome. And then hope this Tarak is good enough. Fuck. So they're gonna Mantis Rider us. We go to 8, 7, Tarak them. Hopefully that's enough. We still need a rules for the Mantis Rider though. That Thoughtseize bug, them drawing the Mantis Rider, really was awful. Are you trying to get the, yeah. Not that one. Right? You're thinking of 2, Beijing? I'm gonna fetch a Triome. That's okay, draw, because that means we can have Fatal Push being out, which I kind of need. Hit the Bloodbraid, please. Hit the Bloodbraid. Thank you. So the hand is just Force. So Kai's Gal still out. March still out. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. They hit the bolt. Oh, Yeah, I mean the deck seems really good. Like it seems like our deck doesn't line up very nicely against it for sure. Now Fatal Push isn't even an out. We need Dam probably. Kaya's Gal isn't even an out. Okay, we hit it. So I guess we Dam the Rider, put Luris in hand. But we are walking on thin water. If they draw a lightning bolt, like they win anyway. Like I think it's more valuable to have this creature in play just in case we draw Shadow Spear. Hopefully, just draw more forces. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. Bauble would be a good draw. Kaya's Guy would be great. Kaya's Guy would actually be fantastic. So they are hard casting Force of Vigor here. So they're gonna go to 11, which is fine. Shadow Spear, naturally drawing a Shadow Spear would be great. Okay. So we have a lot of good draws here, actually. Like Kaya's Guy would be great. Another removal spell. I guess Fatal Push wouldn't do it. We definitely have to. I feel like their top decks are better than ours just because we're at 1 life. So, Esper Sentinel. I think that just means we have to attack. And just hope we fade their draws, I guess. So this just fade, please. Where are bubbles, huh? Yeah. I mean, now March, if they draw nothing, March, Kaya's Guile, Prismatic Inning, all these are outs. So we just need to hope they dodge. Oh, they're paying a cost. Fuck. Every time. GG. Oh, I boarded out March. You're right. But it's still Kaya's Guile, Prismatic Ending. I guess even then, we would attack. They are forced to block. They probably block the Luris and trade. They go to 2. We go back up to 4, and we get 2 draws off Bauble. I think if they faded 1 time. Oh well. Good game. Good game. Just got absolutely destroyed by Domain. It's okay. Maybe March is actually okay. I don't know. The thing about it, though, is like just having access to this card is kind of nice, right? I just feel like it's just more outs that we have access to. Definitely worth testing more, for sure. But I definitely don't think it should. Like, I'm 1000% should not replace Prismatic Ending. Like this again, for those who are just tuning in, like this Portable Hole is essentially the 4th Prismatic Ending, and you could say maybe this should just be the 4th Prismatic Ending with 1 Portable Hole. I think I just like the 3-1 split with 1 March, just to have more instant speed effects too. Okay. Oh, dude, please have a Saga. I guess they didn't reveal a companion. This hand's kind of nice though on the play. If they do have like a monkey or something, we can march it. So no big deal there. Scalding Tarn Pass. Scalding Tarn Pass. We draw Dark Confidant. I like it. How I like Sash. I think Sash is just okay. I think it's just the fact that we're a three color deck with Forza Saga in it, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to activate Lion Sash. But so far, it's just been okay. I think if they dash regular, I'm just gonna let it hit me. And I fetch planes just in case they're a Blood Moon deck. So in that way, if they do play Blood Moon, we can nice. I might just get a forest and just put Luris in hand. If I don't draw anything. I was scared to say this, but I think Sentinel is better than Ragavan. It's definitely matchup dependent. But Sentinel is just so good against the Ragavan decks that you were right. Like, I think it's very, very, like Ragavan, like, is just really, really good, but Sentinel counters Ragavan very, very well. And the types of decks that are in that deck. Lion Sash is interesting. Do I want to get destroyed by Blood Moon here? Or do I want to play a Saga out? I guess I don't get destroyed by Blood Moon because we do have this March, like I said. So maybe we just go Lion Sash. And then attack. It's a lot of pressure. And if they have Blood Moon, honestly, I think that's okay. We still get to untap with Bob. We get to grow this Lion Sash more. I don't think it's not fetchable because I'm not playing Stoneforge Mystic. I don't think Stoneforge Mystic is worth it. I know I trophied with it, but I don't think it's worth it in a Luris build. And I don't want to say it's insane. Like, Ragavan also has a lot of pitfalls too. Like, I think in a vacuum, Ragavan is obviously a lot more powerful than Sentinel. But it's also very, very meta dependent. And Sentinel, it's just like, it's the card, like, what its role is supposed to be, right? Against, like, you know, mid-range decks, like, going Sentinel in the Dark Confidant is just insane. Like, the tempo you gain off of just, like, your opponent not being able to, like, curve out is absurd, you know? What's going to be cool here is... Actually, I shouldn't have played the Saga, because I don't mind, like, just suiting up my Sentinel with the Sash. So I shouldn't have played the Saga, unfortunately. Call me a boomer, but Scoos plus Sash. I'm not going to disagree with you there. Springleaf Drum, Fatal Push. Again, I kind of want to play around Blood Moon. So we'll play the Catacombs. Attack. I'll eat the Scalding Tarn. I'll get Lion Saga. And what is this? What are we playing against? You're a Jun fan, aren't you? That's funny. We get to draw a card. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're against creativity. And they didn't kill the Sentinel. Which is fine, because we also have the dam for the creativity too. Right? Or is it just Blue Moon? I can't tell. They're not playing any fetches either, so maybe it's not creativity. Oh, it's Storm. Have to push the Electromancer for sure. See if they pay for this. I doubt it. Another Sentinel. Push this. Remand. We could have our whole board destroyed here, which would be awkward. Because they could just grape shot or do a little mini grape shot here. Okay. Wow, I haven't played against Storm in a long time. Damn it. So they just drink a mini grape shot like I mentioned. I'm about to buy Bobs. Bobs are very good. Bobs are very, very good. I think I have to float a mana here, unfortunately. I guess it depends if we draw a land here. That's a black source. Bauble. I think we have to get Spellbomb, unfortunately. So we have to, like... Yeah, I have to get Spellbomb for sure. I don't think I'm going to make a construct, I don't think. I think we have to Dan the Brawl. So we'll get Spellbomb. I'm not saying Ragavan needs to get banned, but it's definitely powerful to say the least. I think people could take Warbunkies and I think also look at it as an annoying Golem Piker. I mean, that's... I think it depends on the deck. I think a deck like ours where if they hit any spell, it's so bad for us. So bad for us. So I think it's contextual. So we know they're going to draw a land. I could just march this too. I actually think I might do that. And then save the dam in case they have like a main deck empty. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case they have Empty the Warrens. I don't want to get naked versus that. While this March is just like also a singleton removal spell. I think the only way I get punished is if they have a like main deck Pyromancer's Ascension or something. Reveal it. Okay. So we know they have Spire Bluff Canal. I think those hands you're talking about, you Matt, I don't think they're very good. I think a lot of people are too greedy with those hands. Prismari Command. So the hand is Prismari Command unknown. They're going to draw a Manamorphose, which isn't much information. That was a good draw. That was a good draw. We know they're going to draw a Manamorphose. Play the Goyf. So they can Manamorphose. Then we draw. I see that too, and I think that's contextual, right? Like if you're a deck that's like a really high curve, I disagree with that, right? Like if you're playing like a 4C deck or something, I disagree with that line, because then like their likelihood of them being able to cast anything on turn 2 is just unlikely, right? So it's tough because we don't really know what their post-board configuration is going to be. I think we could. I don't really know if you even want the Liberator either. How's it going, JK? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I think it depends, right? Like, it depends on the deck. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I really think it's contextual. I don't think it's right to like put everything in a vacuum and be like, that's bad. Like, don't do that. And it's like, I think it's more contextual than that. There are definitely some decks where I think it might be unnecessary to do so, like the example I gave, where the curve is a lot higher. Or like against like control, where it's like if you're playing a lot of reactive spells, they might not like they're not gonna hit, like they're not gonna be able to cast a card that they can't like hit off of it. And if you're really about like the treasure that they gain, I can see that, but like I still don't think that's worth it. I'm presuming they're gonna board in Blood Moon, but I guess I don't think they had any fetches, so maybe we'll just board out the Liberator. I think we might board out the Dan because we have like all this removal here. Maybe the Sentinels just all come out just because they are a slow clock and they just let us draw. They don't care. And then maybe just hit a hole, take a hole out. I mean, they might be on Pyromancer's Ascension, so maybe it's stupid for me to borrow out the Liberator. But we have like Voidwalker, Spellbomb, Kaya's Guile, Lantern, and Prismatic Any to like answer the Ascension. So like I'm not too scared about it. Let's just do that. I lost with lethal nearly on this deck last time I matched him. Oh no, I'm sorry, buddy. That's always the worst, is when you have it and you can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Oh, keep this. Still playing around with the numbers for the Orzhov version? Yeah. I think the Orzhov version, you can squeeze in the channel lands, i.e. Aegonjo. I think Aegonjo is really good. I think Aegonjo has been... I wish I can squeeze it. I think that's the card I wish I could squeeze in is a Ganjo. So we'll bubble ourselves. I think I want the Brutality. So I guess we'll play the Marsh Flats out. And then if they like Ritual into Blood Moon, we can get Plains. It's not bad. And then if they play a Mana Dork, we can just Brutality, I think. I think I got a Triome. I'll probably pitch a Lantern here. Ooh, Inquisition's a good draw too. Escalate. -2, duress, target that. Again, I kind of want to hit the Lantern. I think we hit the... It's either the gifts or the pieces. Yeah, I think I take the pieces here. I agree with you. What's up? I have 2 matches left. Yeah. I mean, we're also not having the 3rd land, but we do have the Spellbomb already. The reason why I kind of like leaving the pieces is because we can Inquisition, but then they probably just pieces here, right? So if they don't draw the 3rd land, I can see an argument for just taking the gifts here, but they have it here anyway, so it kind of worked out. So they play the Burgie. Okay. So I guess we just double discard, take Manamorphose plus gifts. Fetchline would be best draw because we can push the Burgie and then play Voidwalker. What's the flip side do? Huh. Top deck the Manamorphose. So they have a lot of mana. So they have Ritual, a shit ton of mana. Fetch land. That works, I guess. I'll take it. Because then you go Spellbomb plus Voidwalker. Oh, do we even border the Damping Spears? I wasn't even like thinking about it. I did, right? Okay. I like zoned out for a second. I was like, please tell me I bordered the Damping Spears. If I didn't board it in, JK, yeah. Yeah. I've definitely done that. Like, I will admit, I've definitely like played against Storm, and then I just like forgot to board in Damping Spears, and that was just like, I felt like an idiot. I don't need those. Exactly. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good combo in the main deck too, right? And it definitely gets better post board. Yes. uh... we could get grape shotted out. I kind of want to Kaya's Guile them over this Damping Spear. Like upkeep Kaya's Guile them. I think I'd go with that line. I don't think Damping Spear really matters here at this point. Especially with the burger here. So I'll cast in this Kaya's Guile here. So we'll make him sack. Maybe we just exile the graveyard. I could see an argument for like making a 1/1. Yeah, exactly, JK. I think it's just safer to just deal with that, and but plus like that thing's actually like threatening us, you know? So like it's kind of better to just do this, I think. Okay. Is there anything we want to search for? Instant or sorcery. Is there anything that we want to search for? Like, we could just hit a discard spell. Pieces. Okay. I'll let you have a pieces for sure. I think we'll make a token. Get a drum. It just seems like they're very far off rebuilding here, so I think it's okay. They have Thing in the Ice. Interesting. Thing in the Ice, huh? Just artifact, tribal, plus Voidwalker, huh? Opponent wrote LOL in the chat. I should type, sorry, got splash damage from Tron. So now this Void Walker is lethal through an empty. So they can't ritual without a land. Oh, I guess they could. Never mind. Sorry, this costs one less. So then they have to pay both mana, and then they get 3 mana off the ritual. But they can't cast Brawl plus thing, is what I meant to say. Not that they would really do anything, because this Void Walker's just unblockable at this point. So I guess they could Grape Shot here, and then we just kill the Brawl and we win. Cool. Cool. Definitely a good matchup. Not gonna lie. That matchup is a lot easier with like the tools we got from Modern Horizons, like Void Walker, Urza Saga being able to tutor up a main deck Spell Bomb. Main deck Dam is nice insurance against like Empty the Warrens. I don't know if that's going to be the version they're playing. We have Prismatic getting for Aria of Flame, but they're on that. Or Pyromancer's Ascension. Like the deck is just like pretty. It's definitely an uphill battle for them. I think the way we get cheesed off, they like Blood Moon us for sure. Yeah, it's so much graveyard hit removal. Yeah, I think I remember one time I played against Sodek on Living In, and I had like main deck Void Walkers and Kaya's Guile, like 2 of them at that point. And main deck Spellbomb, and he was like, what the hell? And I'm like, it's like free. Like Kaya's Guile is versatile. Void Walker is so good. And then Spellbomb is just free with Saga. So it's like, I'm going to run it. Uh-oh. Someone wrote no in the chat. It's exactly fair. If Abzan could beat you easily like that, then the deck should be dead. Opponent wrote no. Do I know this person? It's funny. What does that mean? What does no mean? I'm just gonna put a smiley face. It means they're weak to Abzan. I don't know if that's a possibility. Unless you're starved, they must be starved. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they don't have a companion. I wasn't ready to play against you. Interesting. So they're Jund. I guess we'll take their Thoughtseize. And then we'll Thoughtseize their push. And then this Void Walker should be unmolested, right? So they can hold up push. Okay. I guess we'll Thoughtseize here, and then we'll see if it's worth playing the Courtyard or the Flats. If they have a creature, like a Tarmogoyf or something, then we might want to just... Oh, they have Bolt too? Fuck. If we draw Tarmogoyf, I think we want them to keep the Bolt, right? So I guess I'll take the push and then play the fetch. So in that case, if we draw Tarmogoyf, it's they just F6. I think they have 6. I mean, I don't know how to recuperate from this, though. I know, that's so weird. Like, it's kind of hard to recover from that. I think I'll get Swamp here. Thought seize them, play Voidwalker, take their bolt. Oh, their hand's so bad anyway. Cycle Barrenmore. Okay. So what's awkward is they could oh, it's just Ren. Oh, Tarmogoyf, sure. Bobble. So I guess we'll put Luris in hand. Sucks that we're going to 10. I mean, assuming they have Bloodbraid Elf in the deck, right? We'll upkeep Bobble them. They're kind of flooding out too. Okay, so we know their whole hand. So they're digging for a removal spell or a discard spell for Luris, which they did not hit. So we're going to draw off Bobble. Sentinel's a really good draw. Yeah, I don't think they're winning the game because they're flooding anyway. I don't think they're going to win that game. So, like, if they hit that land drop, like, they weren't going to utilize their mana. So I'm glad that, like, them F6ing through my turn didn't affect the outcome, I don't think, I would argue. Dwayne 6 to get card packs to just run lands. That's what I got from their draws. I mean, Barrenmore just cycled into more lands, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I guess we just brought out the Thought Seizes. I don't think we want 2 dams. I think 3 discard spells is sufficient. Maybe we can go down to 2 and have the second dam on the draw. I can see an argument for that. I think we want EEs just because we need more answers to Ren and 6. I could see Trax being better than Inquisitions too. But the thing is, like, I really like the Inquisitions on the draw just so then they can't Ren and 6 us either. That's why I like having Ren and 6. Even on the play too. Because nabbing a Ren and 6 is just so huge in this matchup. It's also why I'm like, oh, maybe we want Pithing Needle too. But Turak is also not bad either. Just forcing the 2-for-1s as well. Maybe it's worth trying. Just trim all the discard spells. At least that way we just every life card is like game. Yeah. Especially because they don't have Luris either. Like, I feel like discard spells are a lot better in this matchup if they have Luris. Because, like, you can sandbag the discard spell and take the Luris. What the fuck is his hand? But they don't have a companion, so I kind of get that too. Who knows if they even have Saga in their deck? It could just be Boomer Jun with no sagas. We didn't really see much in their deck, unfortunately. They're gonna Ren in 6 and let us redraw. That's the real question. Sentinel is so good in these spots as well. Like, it just, like, stonewalls just all their spells. Like, if they're having Ren and 6, it's like, I guess they cast it, but then we just draw a card. And then they minus on it, and now this Goif becomes a 3/4. Saga. So, Get an overgrown tomb. Do this. And the next turn, I guess I could go Saga plus Goyf. Now I need a removal spell so we can kill the Wren. Or we can just kill the Wren itself. I think we answer the Wren. So we will... I'm debating if we want basic planes. Just to conserve life. Or if we really need the second black. Or the third black, sorry. I guess we do want the third black in case we draw Turak. So we definitely need to get the Gauntlet Shrine. So we'll... Prismatic into the Wren. And then play Sentinel and pass. Oh, I should have. What am I doing? I'm like so tunnel vision that you're right. I apologize. I should have just presented into the Goyf and attacked. Yeah, I'm so stupid. I like overthink these things. Oh, that's so frustrating. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we don't get punished for that. That's what happens when you like overthink the situations and you're like, okay, well, I mean, you do get blown up by push, but like, we also get to draw a card off the Sentinel, so I just totally took the worst line. Voidwalker, interesting. Prismatic ending. That was lucky. Oops. Yeah. Unfortunately, then we'd be like starting to beat down here too. I think we'll just set up a wall of Goyfs here. And then we'll just let Saga take over the game. Probably crack Peatland in a turn. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, like, my actions are on camera and will be on YouTube, and then people will totally shit on me. So those are the consequences you have when you do it when you're recording yourself, of course. Just call it Bloodbraid off. Has to be Bloodbraid off, right? Liliana the Veil. Letting me draw. Interesting. Okay. Goyf down. Wish we had a removal spell there. We'll play the Bob. That's how I feel, especially towards the tail end of the stream ferret. It gets really tough, especially like the past couple weeks. I've moved my stream time later in the night, and it's like when you have to wake up at like 6 in the morning for work, it gets very taxing to say the least, you know. So we both discarded a land. Ooh. Well, that's unfortunate. So we'll make a construct. And we get to untap with Bob, which is fantastic. Does that mean just they don't have a removal spell in hand? Unfortunately, that didn't amount to anything. So can't search with Ashiok. I guess we attack Liliana here. Yeah, we're getting max punished for it, unfortunately, but it's okay. We'll put Luris in hand, though. Again, they probably don't have a removal spell in hand. If they had a Discard Soul, they probably would have casted it, because we don't know. Oh, they would have just kept the land in hand, right? There's argument for, like, keeping it, I guess. Not attacking that, taking that line, but... So now if they kill the Bob, I guess they could kill the Bob and then minus on Ashiok, but... Bruce. Oh, they hit Inquisition? Fuck me. That's gross. So that means we... Okay. I mean, we get to still untap with Bob, so... Fatal Push. Thanks, Tarak. You are a bro. Oh my gosh. Veil of Summer. So, push the Goyf. Don't think we care about the Ashiok, honestly. So they need to draw a removal spell for Bob, or they're kind of screwed. This Bob is so good. This is why Dark Hellfire is so good. Uh-oh. Another Bloodbraid? Uh-oh. Inquisition. I mean, they just... I don't know what to say about that. That's just unfortunate, I guess. I don't think they should be boarding an Ashiok in this matchup. I know it stopped us from fetching with Saga, but, like, I don't think it's good. Portable Hole doesn't do anything here. I guess we just attack with Tarmogoyf and Tarak. If they block here, it's not lethal yet, and I want to trade with Bobs. If they want to double block my Tarmogoyf, that's fine. So I think this is okay. Yeah, if they want to double block a Tarmogoyf, that's perfectly fine. I'm debating if I need to play out this Temple Garden. I don't think it matters. Unless they have their own Torak, that would be maximum punished, right? So if they remove a spell for Bob, like, we attack with Torak. Alright, so we win the game. So that blunder didn't matter. We're not prismatic into the Goyf. Thank you in chat for pointing that out, for sure. So that Turak, though, I definitely don't think Ashok and Veil Summer should be boarded in this matchup. Although the Veil definitely would have gotten me with the Turak, but like, it's I don't like those kind of cards in this matchup, and I don't like Veil especially with Bloodblade off. I don't think Ashok is. I guess if that's your only first source of Grey Red hate, then I guess you need it. I guess you board it in because we are a Luris deck, I guess, and the Abzan Saga. So I guess Ashok is good. I guess it's just really bad luck that they hit the second one with the first one in play. Yep, fair. We hit the 4-1. Definitely think March is definitely worth testing more. I think I'll try this 75 again next stream. Try to get that trophy, I think. The Lion Sash, I think, is still good. I think the Urborg has proved in today that, like, just not having to crack my fetches, keep my life total high, save the fetches for baubles. Like, I think the Urborg is just so good. I don't think I missed Takanuma. And I never even activated the Takanuma, right? There's a lot of, like, one-ofs in the list. One Dam, one Lion Sash, one Kai'Sgile, one March. It's kind of awkward, but I kind of like these one-ofs. I don't think I want more than one Sash. I like the one March over the Kai'Sgile, and I like one Dam. I don't think, like, I want a second copy of any of these, as awkward as that sounds. But the sideboard's always been solid. The Turaks have always been so good. I think I like the 75. I think the 75 feels really solid. Again, we'll just try to jam more. The only loss this league was against the Domain deck, and that deck just destroyed us, which is really funny. If I can remember what we beat Jund, we beat Storm. Forget what else we beat. Oh, we beat Temur Rhinos. And I think it was another Ragavan deck, I don't remember. Red Black Anvil, thank you, Mongol. And that was a sweet game 3 too. That was I can't believe we won that last game too. That game was insane. And I could have saved the March and could have marched the Saga. Like, that could have been, like, that game would have been so much easier too. So I can see Veil, yeah. Playing Veil, like, the thing about though is, like, we have Prismatic Ending too, so it's like Veil doesn't really stop all of our removal either. But take it easy, JK. No, I'm actually gonna send y'all over to on a raid, Boke. I appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out. We hit over 50 viewers today, so we appreciate the high viewer count. With naturally without any raids, I really appreciate everyone for tuning in, supporting the channel, just popping in, hanging out, seeing how this Abzan's testing is going. Let's send everyone over raid. Sealed. Is anyone else playing Modern? Hey, this is us. Spew Cube Drafts. This person's playing Legacy. Alright, here we raiding. I could raid Todd Anderson. Just to send him some support. I might just do that. Let's send Todd Anderson some support. I've never raided him. But he's been, I think he's got was part of the SCG content creators that got let go. So let's show them some love. Let's get some great numbers. I don't know when my next stream will be. I think it'll be I'll probably take the weekend off. So I'll probably be, my next stream will just be Tuesday, I think. So if you want to support the channel, hit that follow button. If you want to check out my past streams, all my streams go on my YouTube. If you want to get a stream updates, you can follow me on Twitter. Hang out in my Discord if you want to hang out in chat. Other than that, again, my next stream will be Tuesday, so I'll have to see everyone then. Probably just jam the same 75. I might think about it, but let's send Todd Anderson some love. Take it easy. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good weekend, everyone. I hope to catch you guys next time. Bye.